Okie dokie, Smokies. Listen to your pussy. Your pussy is communicating with you all of the time. Every itch, ache, infection, disease that you are experiencing between your legs could be more than just a physiological issue, but actually a sign that there is some deeper emotional or psychological things going on that would be helpful for you to address. I'm a huge believer that all of our physical symptoms actually have an emotional root. So basically, if you are going to deny or fail to express a particular emotion, it will find a way to manifest as a physical symptom. Especially when it comes to lady garden troubles, because so often there is an unclear cause. And of course, although we appreciate pharmaceuticals, thank you Western medicine for all that you do. If you are experiencing reoccurring symptoms, things like UTIs or yeast infections, or even something like endometriosis, not reoccurring symptoms, but just reoccurring issues that keep coming back, then it may be time to consider looking at the emotional root and seeing if that's something that you can address on a deeper level. So in this video, I am going to share with you what your pussy might be trying to tell you when she bothers you with some of the most common lady garden concerns. The information I'm going to share with you in this video is taken from Louise Hay's book, Heal Your Body. I'm sure some of you have heard of Louise Hay before. She's this really badass edge walker in the self-help community, or she's one of the founders really of the modern self-help movement. Heal Your Body was one of her first books. It might have been her very first book, and it's a reference guide to all of these physical symptoms and the probable cause, the probable emotional or psychological cause of that symptom. And then she also offers a healing affirmation that you can say on a regular basis over, she suggests, weeks or even a month or more of saying this affirmation to yourself daily to try to address the emotional root and rewire how you think about this issue in your life. So I'll encourage you to take in this information with an open mind. Some of it can be a little bit tough to swallow. It requires a level of self-responsibility and self-reflection that sometimes brings out more of our shadowy pieces that we tend to ignore. But I know y'all are a very enlightened crew watching this channel, so hopefully you'll have no problem. Before we get started, these affirmations are not a substitute for medical treatment. So if you are experiencing issues between your legs, please see a doctor and then supplement with this affirmation. These are more suggested as an intuitive trip that you can kind of take if you dare to be courageous and believe that you have the power to heal your own body. I'm going to be covering just 5 today related to female bodies. Don't worry, men, though. I did not forget about you. I've got a video for you coming in a couple weeks. Number 1, endometriosis. The probable cause is insecurity, disappointment, and frustration. Replacing self-love with sugar, blamers. So people who tend to blame others. The suggested affirmation is, I am both powerful and desirable. It is wonderful to be a woman. I love myself and am fulfilled. Number 2, menstrual problems, such as amenorrhea or dysmenorrhea. The probable cause is rejection of one's femininity, guilt, and fear. Belief that the genitals are sinful or dirty. The suggested affirmation is, I accept my full power as a woman and accept my bodily processes as normal and natural. I love and approve myself. Number 3, premenstrual syndrome. The probable cause is allowing confusion to reign, giving power to outside influences, rejection of the feminine process. The suggested affirmation, I now take charge of my mind and my life. I am a powerful, dynamic woman. Every part of my body functions perfectly. I love me. Number 4, vaginitis or bacteria infection. The probable cause, anger at a mate, sexual guilt, and punishing the self. The suggested affirmation, others mirror the love and self-approval I have for myself. I rejoice in my sexuality. And finally, number 5, yeast infections. The probable cause, denying your own needs, not supporting yourself. And the suggested affirmation, I now choose to support myself in loving, joyous ways. So there is a huge theme of loving yourself. I'm not sure if you picked up on that one, because so many of us struggle, especially loving these parts of our bodies, which we've been trained to ignore and see as dirty and sinful and dangerous and ugly and smelly and all of the awful things that we get told about our beautiful, beautiful pussies. Anyways, if you do experience any of the mentioned physical ailments from this video, then consider adding the affirmation into your morning or evening routine, or perhaps both, and give yourself a little bit of loving neural rewiring and try to attune those core beliefs, or reattune those core beliefs, I guess I should say. We don't want them to be tuned back into the negative. I know I said UTIs at the beginning of this video and I did not cover them, but I will be covering them in the next video. So men, like I said, people with male bodies, we have Listen to Your Prostate coming up in a couple weeks time. I'll be covering UTIs in that, as well as some other issues that are not just related to male bodies though. So people with female bodies listening, or all bodies listening, you can also tune into that one, because there would be some helpful information there for everyone. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the little bell notification so you don't miss it. And thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, comments, leave them in the comment section below. And until next time, eat, squat, and come.